And Moses approached and heard God's voice.
Take this light to my people. Go, tell Pharaoh, let God's people go.
So Moses took the light to God's people and led them into the desert, where they wandered for 40 years until God led them to the promised land.
And the light passed to Joshua, to Deborah, to Gideon, and on until it passed to Samson, who was blinded, but still trusted the light.
The light passed to Ruth, to Moabite, who handed it to Obed, who handed it to Jesse, who handed it to David.
And the light passed to Hannah, who gave it to Samuel, who saw the light in David and named him king.
And David passed the light to Solomon, and Solomon passed the light on to generations of kings.
But the kingdom began to grow dark, so God handed the light to the prophets, to Elijah and Elisha, to Hosea and to Amos, to Jeremiah and to Micah.
The people who walked in darkness have seen a great light. On those who lived in shadows, on them God's light has shone.
And the light burnt in the darkness of exile, in the hope of rebuilding. Through invasion and suffering, the light did not go out.
Then an angel appeared to Mary and passed a new light to her. Creation held its breath.
And an angel appeared in a dream to Joseph and passed a new light to him. Creation held its breath.
And in the dark of a stable in the town of Bethlehem, a new light was given to the world. The one who was there in the beginning came into the world. In him was life, and life was the light of the peoples. The world became flesh and lived among us.
The light shone in the darkness,
And the darkness did not overcome it.
For the light and life of the world was destined to enter into the darkness of darkness, and it seemed for a while as if the darkness had won.
But in the darkest hours, just before sunrise, darkness gave way to a new dawn, an eternal dawn. Eternal light shone down upon the world.
the light of the world returned to the Father.
But passed the light on to his disciples, to Peter, to Mary, to the 12.
And to the 3,000 who saw the light of the Spirit's new coming and believed.
And the light appeared to Saul, and Saul became Paul, and took the light to the nations, to Rome.
And some took the light into desert places,
And some to the east.
And some to the south.
And some to the north.
the light dwelt with Benedict and Scholastica.
The light went with Patrick to Ireland.
And came from Ireland to Iona and to Columbia, and was passed on to all the Celtic peoples.
And the light lived in the darkness of the fall of Rome. It passed to Gregory, to Augustine, and small light shone in the darkness of the dark ages.
The light passed on to Hildegard, to Dominic, to Thomas, to Eckhart.
To Francis and to Clare, whose lives glowed with the power of simplicity.
To Julian and Marguerite, whose lives were hidden until the world was ready.
To Ignatius, to Teresa, who found God in the power of imagination.
But the light became divided, and humans tried to possess it, to claim it as their own.
Yet the light was not defeated.
The light passed to those who loved God's word, who translated it and placed it into the hands of believers.
The light passed to those who sought to understand God's creation and explored its wonders.
The light passed to those who saw the dignity of human beings and fought to bring justice to the poor, freedom to those who were slaves.
The light traveled to new continents and passed to new peoples, to Rose and Juan and to those who believe in the Americas.
To Paul Mickey and to those who believe in the East.
To Charles Luanga and to those who believe in Africa.
The light passed to Bernadette and Charisse.
To Charles de Foucauld.
To Dietrich and to Maximilian.
To Martin Luther King Jr. and to Dorothy Day.
To Brother Roger and to Mother Teresa.
To us.
The light waits.
Who will keep it burning in our day?
Who will take the light into the world?
Who will carry the light into a new year, a new century, a new millennium?
Who will carry the light if we do not?